What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm making a quick little video on here about a little topic I want to rant about relating to school and my current classes and stuff. So right now I'm looking at this book that I gotta do for English called The Blue Mind. I don't necessarily want to talk about this topic in specific, but I more want to get at the aspect of, like, dude, so many of my classes this semester in specific are just so similar, and I'm so confused, to be honest. I'm just, like, really confused. Hold on, give me a second. So what I'm getting at is the big picture of idea. This book in particular is talking about water and why it makes you happier. One idea that's coming off across my mind while reading this particular literature is two main ideas. You want to live a happy life, taking out the fun from the past generation, but then you also want to create something so that the next generation can have fun and then also innovate. So if people can understand those concepts, you can understand how to split your life in the two ways you want to split it. For my personal career path that I want to take, I want to make nature better. I want to preserve nature places around the world so people can de-stress in them. Because I try to benefit from that on a weekly basis, and I want the next generation that's, coming into the world to also cherish these places, make them more safe by becoming somewhat popular, but in the same sense, also making them large enough where people can have their own little spaces amongst them. And in the process, you might grow more trees in other neighborhoods and make tons of areas more nature-filled. And then with that, I also can find that fun. I mean, not everyone enjoys mowing the lawn and things like that, but I kind of do. And so in a weird way, I can kind of fulfill, because what you can do with lawn mowing is you can make art, and art can be whatever you kind of paint or kind of make on the grass. But beyond that, it also makes a sound, which you don't necessarily need to make music out of that. But I listen to music while I do it. It's an exercise. There's a lot of benefits to mowing lawns. Now, there's also some negatives too, but that's beyond the bigger picture that I'm kind of starting to create here. It's one thing if you want to make a bigger... If you want to start companies or be part of companies that you think will be important in the long run of things. But, like, if you don't find it fun, what is fun then when you're off of work then? And why couldn't you find a way to have both interconnected? Well, why can't you? I mean, having a job that you're fun with brings up productivity. If you're doing it with people you get to know, you start to have a more teamwork and friendlier environment. You can do things incredibly well. It's almost common sense, but some people might understand it. Some people might still keep work and fun separate, but I don't see why you can't combine both. I mean, if anything, the simplest way of putting it is you're putting yourself in a less stressed situation, which, why would anyone want to be put in a stressful situation? Why can't we make the world become less stressful in order to achieve greater achievements to keep this earth sustainable? I want everyone to have the chance to travel the whole world, to experience the different natures that exist across the whole world, but as you know from the news, there's currently a battle going on in Israel and Iran. Um, my take on it all, which of course I'm going to say because I don't really care. Well, that's not my take, but the thing is, well, partially that is my take actually, though. I don't know why Trump needs to get involved in it. I personally believe that he is bought by Israel and he's fighting a war for his religion, which isn't even the world's religion. I'm Christian, so sure, I think protecting the Holy Land is, something, but I also think it should be out of our control and in the control of God. So I don't see why we need to be the ones fighting that. We're in America. We operate a different way. Let's just keep it to ourselves, defend ourselves, because at this point, I don't think anyone's really going to mess with us. So if that's the case, why can't we just be alone and not be becoming a conqueror? Because we were a conqueror in the first place. European countries came to North America and developed it to be where it's at today, and it's almost 250th year, 250th, it's coming up in the summer. I'm doing a lot of rambling. Don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense to people. Don't know if people will really watch this video, but these are the mindsets of a 19-year-old that's about to vote for the first time. These are mindsets I'm going into my first voting election, midterms coming up for me, where I'm at. There's a lot on the table. Got to vote for city council. What else is there? Is it governor or something too? Districts, Congress, Senate. Yeah. It's all on the table, this midterms, and then the actual elections in November is the results of the midterms, which is the one-on-one with either party at this point. I don't really like the idea of two-party systems. I think there should be endless options of either kind. I don't know. It's a whole bigger picture. I also think there should be plenty more people in Congress. I agree with the new opinion that I just got taught today in Politics 101 of the idea of having at least 3 people to serve each district, which we're in like the 119th congressional, like 119th Congress or something like that. So then, but there's over like 450 congressmen and women, but that should be more like 1,200 because then the average would get lower. And in a way of doing that, you can also then add like triple the amount per district to have everyone represented on either party if it's going to come down to 2 parties. And then at least one minority can get represented with the majority of the state and specific district having still 2 reps above that, but in the same sense, at least someone's getting represented that ends up going to D.C. I don't know. It becomes a lot, but that's the big picture ideas. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Peace.